Hands up if you've heard of the term rounding before. Okay, keep your hand up if you know what that actually means. Oh, super. So this should be fairly straightforward for lots of people. Okay, the key thing with rounding, okay, and rounding means to give like a whole value to a number, because depending on where it's asked you to round it to, and that's the key thing to remember. You need to make sure that you check what exactly am I rounding it to. Is it the nearest whole number, if the number's a decimal? Is it the nearest 10? Is it the nearest 100 or greater? Okay? Why would we round off things? What's the purpose of rounding something off or rounding it to the nearest something? Why would we do it, Max?
Because with money, it's actually easier to estimate the cost.
Great. So use the word estimate. It gives you like an estimate, of something that you're trying to find out. Okay? Another way to think of it is if you've got a number that's got like lots of detail in it, and what I mean by that is that it's a large number, it's quite specific, it's sometimes easier to get an idea of what the number is if you round it. Okay, does that make sense? Great. Alright, so if I'm looking at the number that is, don't write anything yet, but if the number is 52, okay? Hands up if you know what I would round it to if the number is asking, if the question's asking for the nearest 10. Yes, Max?
50.
Yeah, you would round it down to 50. Okay? If my number was 77, and I was still asking you to round it to the nearest 10, what would I round it to? Alex?
80.
80, good. I would round it up to 80. What point do I change from rounding it down to rounding it up? Okay, at what stage when I'm looking at tens do I change from rounding down to rounding up? Yeah.
If it's on the 5 in the split center, you always go up.
Excellent. Okay, so 5 or above you round up, below 5 you round down. Okay?
But if it's on 5, you always round it up.
Right, if it's on 5, exactly. So for example, 85, you would round up to
90.
Right, I would round up to 90. Okay. So here, if I've got a number that's 974, and in this case I've asked you to round it to the nearest 100, which of these numbers am I looking for to tell me whether I'm rounding up or down? The 9, the 7 or the 4?
7.
The 7, right. So the key is I look to the next place value to figure out what to do. So here, I'm rounding to the nearest 10, but I need to actually look at the ones or the units column to find out what I'm rounding it to, up or down. Here, I need to look at the tens column, even though I'm rounding to hundreds, to figure out which 100 I'm going to. So what's the answer here? Mitchell?
1,000.
Excellent. I would round up to 1,000. Alright, you guys have got it. So let's do a couple of examples in our book, the grid book, and then we'll go on to our booklet. Okay? I'm going to write them on the board and tell you what I want them to round to. Question? I'll go. Yeah.
Wouldn't it technically be 800 or 900 still? Because rounding to 1,000 is still 1,000.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But the nearest one up is to be, there's no greater 100 by itself. So the place value has changed from a 9 to a 10. So that's why it becomes 1,000. If I was rounding down, it would go down to 900. Yeah. And you should go to your guitar lesson. Okay. Rightio. So you've got the heading rounding. I want you to write the words nearest 10, just like I have on the board. Okay, write the nearest 10 and underline the word 10. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 examples. and I want you to write the question. So write 1 and then 82 equals, and then your answer. Okay, so I've got 82, 27, and 34. Do all three, please. And then I'll put down underneath nearest 100. So you can do these as well. Okay, the hundreds are a little bit more difficult, but remember you just need to look at the next place value along, so the tens column, to find out what you need to be doing. Okay, I think you guys have nailed the nearest tens. Okay, so 82 would be rounded. Elfie?
Down to 8.
Great. Okay, that's down. You don't need to do the arrow. I'm just doing it because I'm extra conscientious.
30.
Up to 30. 34 would be
Down to 30.
great, down to 30 as well. Okay, so looking at the next place value here, to work out what to do, he reckons I've got these 3 answers. I'm going to put pressure on one person to tell me all 3, Ed, to
It goes down from 824 to 800.
excellent. Just one second. Don't be tempted to go, oh, well, down means to go down to an extra 100 to 700. That would be incorrect.
That's what I did.
Okay? Right, so it needs to be down to the nearest 100, in this case 800. Keep going, please.
It goes from 671 to 700.
Excellent.
And 452 to 500.
Excellent, good. And because it was a 5, there, I put that in on purpose, that means that it goes up to 500. Super. Okay, in your booklets, I've got a couple of questions for you to do.